Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about having a Leo Sun and a Scorpio Ascendant in a natal chart. Now, these two are as far as by sign they're square each other, they're incompatible. And because you have Leo Sun is the extrovert, is flamboyant, can be showy, and can be attention seeking, and really naturally just draws people to them. Now, Scorpio rising can be magnetic and charismatic as well, but they're more mysterious and secretive, and they don't necessarily really want others to know about as far as whether it's achievements or what have you. So you have this conflict, obviously. What's being projected outwardly, the outer demeanor, in this case, of course, is Scorpio Ascendant, and which is going to show a more mysterious, a more secretive, reserved, introverted person, a person that may like solitude, and they may like seclusion. And well, you have, which is really could be suppressing to some degree, that Leo Sun extroverted energy. Now, when you look at this combination, this could be a rather formidable combination, to say the least. They are both fixed signs, and someone prominent in my life, family member, had Leo Sun and Scorpio rising, and I knew she was the type that could be a formidable adversary, to say the least. And with Leo Sun, you could hurt their pride, and you can get that Scorpio rising sting right back at you. So anyway, when you look at the sun sign represents our basic wants, while the rising sign or ascendant can be that manner or method in which one attains these basic wants. Now, a Leo sun can be about attention, being dominant, and or at least feeling like the king in some field or in some manner, and also could be about recognition, notoriety, achievements, and really this is and also things connected with pride. I guess you could say the ego. There are things that are the basic wants of these can strongly correspond with the sign Leo. Now, when you have Scorpio rising, well, this could indicate that the person might go about this getting these needs perhaps through maybe subtlety. Maybe the attention can be attracted just by being mysterious. It could be the classic person that can go out, wear sunglasses, appear very reserved, but still finds that way to command that attention. And it could be perhaps the Leo basic wants may be attained through a Scorpio-like profession, such as astrology, something with the occult, supernatural, and may come through some great transformation that this person decides to go through, or metamorphosis, which is Scorpio-like. It could be someone that shows a lot of resiliency on the way to attaining some of these Leo basic wants, or one or more of them. Could also be from some other Scorpio type professions, from psychology, maybe psychiatry, maybe becomes well known, at least in their neighborhood. For this as an example, something connected with detective work, law enforcement, forensics, getting to the bottom of things. This could be someone that gets attention for being that super sleuth that's able to dig deep and get to the bottom of mysteries. Well, it's important to look at the aspect that the Leo Sun makes to the Scorpio Ascendant. Now, in a lot of cases, you'll have the square aspect, and the signs are incompatible anyway. But if you have a square aspect, which is adverse, this can intensify this. Let's say somebody has a Leo Sun at 21 degrees and a Scorpio Ascendant at 25 degrees. This would form a square aspect, which is adversarial or adverse, and you would have that conflict in the aspect, which can cause some some exasperation and tension in the person because of this, and this person might have feelings of being perhaps misconstrued or misunderstood, even if they're not cognizant or aware of these astrological placements, because they could be feeling that that outer demeanor or what they're projecting might be very, very strongly opposed to what is going on inside, as far as their inner personality represented by the sun sign. Now, in some cases, you could have actually a positive aspect. Let's say you could have an out of sign trine aspect take place. Let's say that someone has the Leo sun at 1 degree and a Scorpio ascendant at 29 degrees. This would form an out of sign trine aspect, and even though the signs themselves are still incompatible, you might have a little positive integration and blending of these energies because of this, and which could be auspicious, but at the same time you still have a little bit of negativity due to the fact that these are, as far as by sign, they are square by sign and they're not compatible. So now, in another instance, you could have a sextile aspect take place. Let's say the Leo sun is 29 degrees and you have a Scorpio ascendant at 1 degree. This would form an out of sign sextile aspect, and you have it would have some harmony, and it would be a positive aspect, and like the trine, you would have a little more positive integration, a blending of these energies, even though the signs themselves are of course incompatible. Now, it's important to look at the house placement of the sun in Leo, because even though with Scorpio rising, you're going to have a lot of these the outward characteristics of Leo will be suppressed to some degree, or the Leo sun can still come out prominently, at least to some level, in the house that it resides in, and based on what that house represents. Now, let's say somebody has the sun in Leo in the 9th house. Well, this Leo pride and this generosity, this extroversion, may come out strongly in matters pertaining to 9th house things such as higher education, in-laws if applicable, perhaps in their philosophical views, perhaps matters connected with abstract thinking. This might be where this magnanimous energy that comes out real boldly and very strongly, and perhaps in matters connected with this, and expresses themselves generously in that Leo generous way, so to speak, in this manner. Now, let's say that the sun in Leo is in the 10th house. Well, the 10th house is an angular house, and the Leo energy might come out more strong in this manner as opposed to the 9th or the 11th, and it could come out strongly in matters pertaining to the 10th house, such as reputation, the career, status, and recognition. And let's say that the sun in Leo is in the 11th house. Well, this person might show that magnanimous, generous Leo nature in matters connected with their friends, their acquaintances, their higher aspirations. This person might show some Leo extravagance, maybe, in matters connected with that, and money put into pursuing goals and aspirations, for example. So, anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for having a sun in Leo and a Scorpio ascendant in a natal chart. And stay tuned next time, where I'll be dissertating and talking about having the sun in Leo and a Sagittarius ascendant in a natal chart. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone. Because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.